Alright, today we're going to be playing Carcassonne, the classic tile laying game. But today we're going to be playing the big box version, number 7, I believe, the 2021 version. And we will be playing the base game with all 11 expansions included in the box in this game today. It's going to be a long one. So, first thing we want to do to set up Carcassonne, the big box version, is find a table that is at least a foot wider than this box in every direction. It's going to take up quite a bit of room. Alright, then we're going to take the rule book and throw that in the trash. Okay, next we want to take out the rivers expansion, which has a river on every tile. The messages. And then the final scoring token for the gold miners expansion, which has this gold bar symbol down there. And we want to take all this, the score token, the messages, and the river expansion, and set them off to the side for now. Now we will take the base game and remove the starting tile from the base game and return it to the box. It will be not used in the game with the river expansion. And then we will take the base game and all of the expansion tiles left in the box, put them on the table, flip them upside down, and give them a shuffle. I like to do this domino style. You can do this however you wish to. Okay, once you get your tiles all mixed up nice and well, stack them off to the side, face down, where everybody can reach them. Next, place the scoreboard. The 12 gold bar tokens, the 8 furry tokens, the 30 resource goods tokens in wine, linen, and wheat, the die, the mage and the witch tokens off to the side where everybody can reach them or see them easily. Also, you want to place these 50, 100 score markers down. They're double-sided. You want to place them down near the scoreboard, especially in a 2-player game. You are going to need them. Next, each player will choose a color to play, and they will take the corresponding tokens of that color, returning any unchosen tokens to the box. They will not be used for the game. And this consists of 8 regular meeples and then 6 special meeples, 1 double-size meeple, 1 messenger, 1 builder, 1 pig, 1 robber, and 1 bishop. Each player will take 1 regular meeple and their messenger and place it on the 0 space of the board, setting the rest of their tokens to the side. Next, we want to take the 12 river tiles, remove the source and the lake tile from the stack of 12, and shuffle the remaining 10 tiles together, and then flip the lake tile face down and place that stack on top of that. Set it off to the side where everybody can draw, and place the source tile in the middle of the play area. This is the starting tile. Now all you have to do is pick a first player. You can do this however you want to. Me and Jen usually grab a meeple of each color. Somebody shakes them in their hand. Whichever one drops first goes first. You can do it however you want. And that is it. You are ready to play Carcassonne Big Box 2021. So the rules are going to be a little janky with the edits on this. I had a corruption in a file which has some of the expansions on it, which I was explaining at the time. I also forgot a minor rule that doesn't come up too much in the base game, where when you if you grab a tile that doesn't fit, what to do with that. I'm going to re-edit that, put that in there. So sorry about that. Enjoy. Let's continue. Alright, today we're going to play Carcassonne, the big box. The Carcassonne is it would be on the Mount Rushmore of gateway games. It is a classic tile laying game that players are trying to score the most points at the end by the end of the game. The game is broken up into 3 phases, starting with the first player. The first phase of the game will be to draw and place a tile. We'll get back to this in a second. Second phase is to place a meeple on the tile that you have just placed. And the third phase is to score if it is eligible on the board. If we look at the tiles for Carcassonne, these are just some. The first tile the starting tile will be face up always at the beginning of the game. It'll be the only tile you can connect to at the time. Later on, as you start extending off of that, you could build off of other tiles. But it's differentiated by the backs. These are regular tiles. This is the starting tile. We will be using the river expansion in this game. We're going to be using every expansion in this game that comes in the big box. The two big ones in cathedrals, builders and traders, and then the rest of them are little mini expansions. But one of them are the river expansions. That has its own starting tile that will be used in lieu of the starting tile for the base game. Okay, we'll get back to that in the beginning in a minute. Starting with the starting tile, a player will draw a tile from the pile of face down tiles and then place that tile connecting to the starting tile, or later on tiles that are connected to the starting tile, in a legal position. Okay, as we can see, there's 4 sides to the tile, and there are different artwork on the different tile. We have cloisters, buildings, roads, and then for scoring we got to worry about the shields. And then they are all surrounded by these farms. As you can see, there's some other stuff here. There's a garden. We'll get back into that in an expansion. And there's these little buildings. And in other expansions, there's inns and lakes and stuff like that. We'll get into that. The only thing we really got to worry about is in cases like this, where a road would run into the artwork, that identifies that that road has stopped. It has been ended. Okay, so this is actually 4 separate roads instead of just the one. Paying attention to that, when a player draws and places a tile, they must abide by the rules of that. They must connect a road to a road, a city to a city tile, and a cloister must be surrounded. We'll get to that later. But fields have to connect the fields. Okay, we couldn't connect a field to a city or a city to a road or anything of that nature. Okay, and it must fit completely. This would not work because this city is abutted to a field. However, if I did something like this, that would be legal. Okay, it connects a city to a city. If you were to draw a tile that cannot legally be placed, such as this one, you would discard it from the game and draw again until you get it to a tile that you can legally place. Okay, so as you can see down here, this guy does not fit anywhere legally on the board. We have a road here, and no other adjoining city spots, so cannot legally place it. Discard it from the game. Draw another one and place it in a legal spot. Play continues. When placing the tile, it must touch one other tile on at least one side. Okay, it cannot be offset like this. This is illegal. It has to legally touch another tile on at least one side. Now, once you place a tile, say we place this road tile here, we can then claim the tile with a meeple if we have one. Okay, we must have one in our reserve in order to do this, and we could place it on basically 4 different features in the game. Like I said, we have the cities, roads, and cloisters, and then the field itself is an actual feature of the game. When we place a tile, we can choose to claim the road, claim a city, claim the cloister, or claim the field, which later on will be connected by cities and roads, creating a giant space that will become a farm. We'll get back in there a little bit later. One player's colored meeple can control any one feature. Okay, so I could not intentionally place this tile and claim this. Okay, there can only be one meeple on each tile once it's cleaned, for the most part. All right, so I could not do that and intentionally, cut in on somebody else's feature, road, city, or whatever, with one exception. All right, say we had a situation like this. All right, I started a city here. The green player started a city down here. The yellow player or the green player, somebody, it doesn't matter, closes off this city. Now there's 2 colors that control it. So now one feature is controlled by 2 players. That is for scoring. We'll get into that in a second. But in this case, they would share control of it. If for some reason it happened like this, and there is ever a situation where, one player has more meeples on it than another player, then the player with the majority would win the scoring points of that. Okay, so that's the first two phases. Draw a tile, place the tile legally, place a meeple on the tile you place to claim it. I almost forgot, you can never claim the starting tile. Okay, so whether it's this or the river, you can never start off claiming that. It would have to be one of the connecting tiles to it. Once that's done, and say you completed a feature, then you would score for that feature. There are 4 different ways to score. The first way is to complete a road. If I did this, I would complete that road, and then I would count up how many tiles are in that road. In this case, there are 3, as we can see here. There's one for the city here, one for this intersection here, and then the actual tile I placed. That's 3. We would get 1 point for each segment of this road. Okay, so in that case, we would give the yellow player 3 points. Now, if we completed a city and scored that, it would be 2 points for each I don't want to say tile, but each section of artwork on that tile. Okay, so as you can see here, we have a tile that has 2 pieces of the city. So that would score 2 points each. Every tile in the city would score 2 points. So we have 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points here. And then we have these shields, which are also worth 2 points. Now during the scoring phase, there's an end scoring phase, which we'll get into later. But for now, they're worth 2 points also. So what I said, we have 10, 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. We had 12. Then we added additional 2 points for each shield. So we have 14, 16. And whoever controlled that would get 16 points. Cloisters work a little differently. If you claim a cloister and you have completed it, meaning you surrounded it by 8 different tiles, okay, 1 tile on all sides, including diagonally as well as orthogonally, you will gain 9 points. 1 point for each tile, including the tile with the cloister on. Okay, so we have claimed it. So we placed this one. We completed the feature, the cloister. We gain 9 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Forgot which one I started on. So that player will get 9 points. Now the final way you can score while placing a meeple is called a farmer. Okay, in this case we have a field here. Say I place the cloister, or this tile here next to the cloister. Okay, I could then claim that field. Now normally when we claim something and we score it, after we score it, we take our meeple back, put it back in our supply. We can use it later on. Farmers will stay on the field until the end of the game, and they will be scored at final scoring, which is a little different, and we'll get in that in a minute. All right, so that's what the first player will do. They will lay a tile legally, claim the tile they placed. If they can score it, they will score it, retrieve their meeple, put it back in their supply, and then play will pass on to the next player. This will continue until all the tiles run out, at which point, after the last player places their tile, there will be a final scoring, and I'm going to build this up a little bit to show you that, and then I'll give an example of how to do the final scoring. Okay, now before we go on to the final scoring, let me get into a few more of the little features in the game. So if we look at this tile here, which is from Inns Cathedral, we'll see this road here. It has kind of like a T with the trees. This is actually 3 separate roads. This one and this one are different roads. For the expansion, that'll be important. I'll get to that when we go into each individual one. But this road is also a separate road. So all 3 of these roads end in here. Even though it's a little different than, say, this one, which actually shows, a city or something. Also, we have bridges here, which will continue a road over an existing road, or in this case a river, on this tile. All right, they do not end the roads, they just continue one over the other one. Okay, so here we have one road going under the bridge, one road going over the bridge. That stops here at this building, so it would actually be the end of the road. But we have another bridge here that actually has, the 2 roads going over each other. We have one here showing they also can go over cities. Speaking of this, in final scoring is the only time you're going to score the farmer. Okay, and anytime we complete a field, it is going to be surrounded by a border, whether it be a city, like here, where they would butt up against each other. If this were completed, that would end. That would be, a perimeter of it. any road, the river itself will actually stop a field. All right. And if it is incomplete, meaning there is one open tile that nothing connects to lock it into that field, it is the end of that field. We have some features in the expansions that will also chop up that territory a little bit. Like here in the crop circles expansion, as you can see here, there's a field here and a field here. This symbol actually stops that different section from the one. If we look here, this can actually support up to 4 different fields. The river tile itself, this will not stop a boundary, okay, unless there is something else around it. So say if I could place this legally somewhere, say it was here, there was another field tile here, that would be all one field. All right, so that's just a couple different features we're going to look out for scoring, and I did it specifically for this because I'm going to show you how to score the farmer. All right, so I like to do it one at a time, the final scoring. You know, after everybody's taken their turn, the tiles ran out, they placed them. Placed the meeple, did the final scoring for the final player. You know, the last player scored the last time they can before the final scoring. Then we go into one final scoring. All right, I like to start off scoring the roads, then the cities, then the cloisters, and then the fields. It's my preference. Do it however you want. All right, so the scoring is a little different than final scoring. The roads are still worth 1 point, even if they aren't completed. Okay, so we would go along. This road here would be 2 points. We get the 2 points. Okay, then remove our meatball. Now we have cities. Again, as long as you're in control of it, you will gain 1 point instead of 2 for each piece of the city artwork, and then 1 point for each shield. If you are the sole majority claimant of it, you will get all the points. If you share it, just as in scoring during the game, you both would get all the points. If there is a majority, that player gets the points. All of the points. With the exception of this guy here. We'll get into that in a minute. Okay, so this guy here, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points for that. Yellow player would get 7 points for the incompleted city. And everybody would go along doing this to their own whatever feature. We got the cloister, this guy up here. They are similar to how you score during the game, but you don't get all 9 points. You only get 1 point for each tile that's actually out. So in this case here, as you can see, this tile's missing. It did not surround it. So instead of getting the 9 points, they would only get 8. If we're missing 2, you get 7, and so on. So that's cloister. It's pretty easy. Farmers are a little different. Like I said, with farmers, there's boundaries. It could be the river, a completed road, if 2 cities butt up against each other and complete themselves, that nature. This is some artwork, depending on what it is. Usually it's going to be roads or cities, with some of the or rivers with the river expansion. So what we will do is look at each area that is closed off by a road or whatever it is. This is actually illegal, but it's just an example. All right. So if this player here claimed this farm here, the boundary would be this city, if it were legal, the road here, the lake here, and this road here. Okay, this is all included into this. Okay, that's the boundaries. This side of the river is not in his farm. All right, this side of the city or this side of the road is not in the farm. So the only thing that is in the farm, if they could score, is this city here, what the farmers score. If it were complete, you get 3 points. Being it's not, they get no points. But if we look down here, we have another farmer with the yellow player. They do have a completed city that would be worth 3 points. Okay, now if I had a situation like this, remember this is a boundary. As well as anything out here, and this road here is. However, if we look here, it sneaks right in here. This isn't actually going to block it like this tile does. You can sneak around and touch this part of the city if it were completed. But if we look down here, we have 2 completed cities in this case instead of just 1. The player would get 6 points. If they only have 1 completed city, then they get 3 points, and it's a multiple of 3 for each completed city you have. inside of a farm. I hope I explained that to you correctly or well. This is the most complex part of the game, basically, is this farmer scoring for new players. Okay, so like I said, that'll go on. Whoever scores the highest wins the game. If there's a tie, you're going to have to play another one, I guess. I don't remember if it said anything about that. So that is how you play the base game. Now I'm going to come back and, show how each additional expansion goes. All right, we're going to start off with the river here. If you choose to use the river expansion, you will start with that instead of the normal starting tile. Starting with this source tile, spring tile I call it sometimes, and it will end with this lake tile. All these guys here will be shuffled in between, and you will place them on top of the lake tile, except for this source tile. That'll be out on the board as a starting tile, like I said. And you will draw off of this pile connected in the river one by one until you get to the lake pile, which will end the river. And then at that point, you would start building off of, you would go from there. Yeah. There's a couple rules for the river. They're not too bad. Basically, you can use any feature on the river except for the river itself. That is not claimable. All right, so I could place a guy here on the cloister. If I surround it, I get points. On the bridge here over the river, up in the city here on this cloister, it doesn't matter. Okay, just the river itself you cannot claim. Another rule is while placing the river, you cannot place it where it doubles back on itself like this. You have to have at least one straight area going before you can double back on itself. That's basically it. It's a quick expansion. You would score as normal. The river would be a boundary for the farmers, but other than that, it's just normal scoring. Cloisters you get 1 point for every surrounding tile. Cities you get 2 points. Roads you get 1 point. If it's the end score, you get 1 point for everything basically, and then you score the farmers accordingly. All right, so that's the river expansion. Okay, next we have the bishop expansion, which comes with this bishop token right here. Now, bishop acts like a meeple claiming a cloister, priest, monk, I forget what they were called. So when you draw a tile that has a cloister on it, you can either use a regular meeple or you could claim it with the bishop. All right, and then it would score as normal. The surrounding tiles, you get 1 point during the game. At the end of the game, you get 1 point also. All right, if we look at the tiles here, some of them have this garden feature on it. This is in the river expansion, but even the base game has it on there. There's one there. All right, instead of claiming a cloister with the bishop, again, you could either choose to use the bishop or a meeple on a cloister. You can choose to claim one of these gardens, because bishops like the garden, I guess, and they act like a cloister. If it is surrounded, you would gain 9 points. If it is complete, if it is incomplete, then you would gain 1 point for each tile around it. This guy here, all right, it is in the Inns and Cathedral, but it could be in other ones throughout the other expansions. I don't remember. As you can see here, we can place the bishop here, and we'd be able to get points if we completed it or uncompleted it, depending on it. But we could also place a farmer here, and this is a complete farm. And if all these were completed, the farmer will get 3 points each, so they get 12 points if all these cities were completed. There are 4 different. Another option is if you draw a tile with this garden symbol on it, you can choose either to place a bishop on it, like I said, or a cloister, or you can remove a bishop from the garden or a cloister. Okay, so that's basically the bishop expansion. All right, so now we're going to look at Inns and Cathedrals, the first big box expansion to Carcassonne. First, we have the inns. If we look at the tiles here, some of them have these inns and lakes on them. Okay, they are the inns. What they will do is when you claim them during gameplay, they will add an additional point to each segment of the road when you score during the gameplay. At the end of the game, when you do the end scoring, if it is not complete, you will not gain any points. But if it's completed, you gain 2 points per segment. Now, if we look here, this tile, and there's a couple of these, I think, work a little different. It is actually 3 different roads. Okay, this inn, when a player chooses to claim this tile, they have to choose whether they want to claim this end of the road or this end of the road. Okay, that is what this in will allow you to get the extra points for. This one going down here, it does not continue on to that. All right, this is a dead end here. So this end controls this side or this side. So we place this, we'd have to claim this side or this side, and if we complete that feature, we get 1 or 2 points rather, 1 extra point, or we get no points if it's incompleted. Okay, next we have the cathedrals of inns and cathedrals. We look here, we have the cathedral tile. There's 2 of these in the game, I believe. If I remember right, there's 18 tiles total. I think there's 2 of them. When we claim this in the game while we're scoring, instead of getting 2 points for each artwork section of the city, we would get 3 points, including the shields. So let's say this was completed. Let's say we had a tile here and here that surrounded it. We would get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 3 because of the cathedral being there completed. So that would be 15 points. If there was a shield on there, we'd get 3 points for that. Okay, if there was one, we get, what did I say, 15? We get 18 points, 2, 20, 21, and so on. All right, so the final part of inns and cathedrals is the meeple here, the large meeple. They act similarly to a regular meeple. The only difference is they are considered to be worth 2 in the majority thing as opposed to 1. So if we had a situation like we do here where the yellow player and the green player shared this city and they completed it, the green player has the bigger meeple, so they would gain control of the city because their meeple's worth 2 as opposed to the 1. Okay, and then they would get all the points, and in this case they would get the tokens for the goods. All right, so that is the inns and cathedrals. All right, next we got traders and builders. I'll start off with the traders part of it. Okay, if we look here in the traders and builders tiles, there's 24 of them. We'll see different symbols. Okay, we got wheat, wine, cloth. If a player is to complete a city with these symbols on it, they will gather tokens that correspond with it. They will gather 1 token for each symbol in the completed city. All right, so in this case, I would grab 2 wheat, a wine, and a cloth. I would then place them off near my supply, and at the end of the game, whoever has the majority of each individual type of token will get 10 points each. Okay, so if you have the majority of wheat, you get 10 points. If you have the majority of wine, you get 10 points. If you have the majority of cloth, you get 10 points. If you have the majority of all of them, you get 30 points. If you are the one to place the tile and there is a tie in majority, then only the player who completes the city would gain the token that corresponds with it. And at the end of the game, if the city is not complete, during end scoring, you don't get a token for each symbol. You just get what you get during the game when you score. So that's the traders end of the game. Let's go with the builders part of the game now. All right, so we had a situation like here. Previous turn, I claimed part of a city. Okay. And later on, I added to the city. Let's take this one off so I don't complete it. All right. Later on, I added to the city. At this point, instead of placing a meeple in a farm or another feature of the board or road or something like that, I can choose to take my builder token, which looks like this, and place it on there. And then the next time and following then, every time I would add on to this city, say I did something like this, all right, then I could draw an additional tile from the supply and place it either on that city or, additional cities elsewhere, whatever feature you want to use it on. Now you can only do this once. If I were to add on to this city again and the builder wasn't there, I could not then draw again and place it on. He does not count as majorities. All right, it's the same thing though. If there's a split majority, you either get all the points together or by yourself if you have the majority. All right, so that's the builder. And the final thing in the builders and traders is the little piggy here. The piggy works like a farmer, with the exception of at the end of the game, instead of getting 3 points for every city connected to your field, you would get 4 points if the pig is in that field. All right, it works similar to the builder where you have to have a farmer in play already, and then if later on you add it to that field, you could then place the pig instead of a meeple. Alright, next we have the Furries expansion. There's 8 tiles in this. They all have a lake in here. Like I said, the lakes have no bearing on either the ends or the river expansions. Just these furry tiles themselves have lakes. And if we can see here, they are surrounded by roads, either 3 or 4 roads, depending on which side you draw. Now, when a player draws a tile with the furry expansion, the first thing they're going to do is draw it and place it legally. Like, you know, it guys connect to a road or a field if it can. And then place your meeple like accordingly to you would, either the field or the road. If you choose a road, as we can see here in the middle of the furry expansions, there's lakes that separate the roads. You must choose which side of the lake you want to claim. Okay, as we can see here, this one's divided by 3 roads, this one is 4 roads. We would have to claim one of those 3 spots in this case. Next, the player who drew the tile will take one of these fairy tokens, place it on the board, and decide which way they want to connect the 2 roads, or 2 roads together. Okay, not necessarily the 2 roads, 2 roads in general. All right, so I could place it like this or like this in this case. If I were to place this guy here, I could go like this, I could go like this, go like this way, yeah, whichever way it works. Okay, now when a player does that, they choose which way they go. If it continues on and connects legally to another ferry stop, as we can see here, we have 2 which legally connect through this road. The closest 2 ferries to the tile you place, you can also adjust. Okay, so I could swap these 2 facing down here if I wanted to. All right, now if you complete a feature placing the fairy tile, like say here we'd score as normal. They would work just like a road, so we'd get 1 point. Now it acts as a whole road instead of 3 different segments. It's actually 2 different roads now. This one here, and then this is a whole road. So we would count them up like normal. 1 point, 2 points, 3 points, 4 points, 5 points, 6 points. But we passed it in there, so we would actually be double that because of the end expansion. Now, say later on we had a setup like this. I came along, placed this tile, claimed the road. Like I said, I could adjust 2 furries, the closest 2 furry tiles to it. So I'm going to do that. This one comes down here. It broke up this road, okay? But it completed this one. I could score this 1, 2, 3, 4 points plus, you know, the end. That's the furries. Okay, now we have the flying machines. There are 8 tiles of the flying machines. If we look here, we have this wings with an arrow. Kind of plain, I guess. When a player draws these, they would place them like normal, abiding by the rules of, you know, placement, road to road, city to city, etc. Okay, then instead of placing a meeple on one of the features, claiming that feature, they could choose to place their meeple on that little flying machine symbol. At that point, they will take the die and give it a roll. The die consists of pips of 1, 2, or 3. All right, the person can then move the meeple that they placed on the flying machine in the direction that that flying machine is pointing that number of spaces. So here I have a 3. I could go 1, 2, 3. Look at that, there's nothing there. In that case, I would have to retrieve the meeple. I could not claim anything. But say I rolled a 2. I go 1, 2. I can claim that, or any incomplete feature. Okay, so in this case, the city is claimed by the yellow player. It is incomplete. I can claim it, even though the yellow player is there. And in this case, if it were complete, we would share majority. Or say we had a situation like this, where at some point, the yellow player and the green player are tied for, you know, control. We laid this tile down here, so we rolled the 3. 1, 2, 3. I am now on the same road as myself, so I would gain majority. Okay, so that's basically it. If it were a cloister, you could do the same thing. Anything but a farm, you know, farmland, you can do that and gain control. And just remember, you got to go in the direction that you point at the flying machine, even if it's on a diagonal. Now we have the Mage and the Witch expansion. It comes with the Mage, the Witch, and 8 of these tiles with a witch's hat on it. or magician's hat, I guess. Okay, now when a player draws a tile with the wage or musician expansion symbol on it, then they have to take either the mage or the witch, depending on what's available, and place it on a feature of the tile that is on. Okay, same thing with the witch. Draw a tile, we place it on there. Initially, they won't be on the board. You'll place them accordingly. Later on, if you draw a tile with the symbol on it, you would take it from that tile and you can move it to any incomplete feature on the board, but they cannot be on the same tile. Okay, so you could not move it from here to here or from over here if there were tiles here. Okay, now the mage during scoring will give you 1 point extra for each feature that you completed, each tile on the feature that you completed, or artwork for the feature that you completed. Okay, so here, instead of getting 2 points for each completed section of the city, I would get 3. If there was a shield on it, I would also get the additional point for the shield, so they'd be worth 3. Same thing happens at the end of the game. Okay, so if I was on this road here and it wasn't completed, normally you would score 1 point. If the mage were on it, you score 2. The witch does is halves the points, round it up. So say here, when I pulled it, the witch was on the tile earlier. Yellow player completed this. That tile is now halved. That and every tile in that feature is now halved. So this would only be worth 3 points instead of 6 points. Again, rounded up. If you divided it and it turned out to a half number, you would go up. All right. If at the end of the game the witch is on an incompleted road or feature, it also halves it. So with the roads, you wouldn't score any points. With the witch, during scoring, you would combine the total value of everything in that feature. Okay, if it was a city, you combined all the cities and the shields. The roads, you combined all the roads. And then you would divide that total by half, and that would be the points you would get. That total, divide by half, rounded up. That would be the total points you would lose if the witch were on your property. That's it. The mage and the witch. Okay, now we have the gold miners expansion, which consists of these 12 gold bar tokens and 8 of these tiles. Okay, they have the gold bar symbol on the tile in artwork and then that little symbol down there. When a player places a tile with the gold mine symbol on it, they will take 2 gold bars from the supply and place 1 bar on the tile they laid and then 1 bar on any tile adjacent to it, orthogonal or diagonal, that they choose to. Okay, so let's say I claim this one. Then they can claim a feature according to normal rule placement. And if it completes a feature, they will take all of the gold bars off of the feature that it completed. Okay, in this case, it completed a road. Going from the cloister to the city here, we take the gold bar, put it off to the side in our supply. We'll be counting them at the end of the game for additional points. Okay, there's a couple rules to this one. Like I said, you place a tile down with a gold symbol on it. You place that tile and then an adjacent one. Even if it already has gold on it, they can accumulate. Okay, and then you claim it like normal. And say you claim the road. If you were by yourself, the only one on the road, you would take all of the gold bars off the tiles that the road goes through. If there's a tie majority, then each player will take 1 gold bar, starting with the first player, moving on to the next player in turn order until they are depleted. Now, gold bars do not belong to a specific feature on a tile. They belong to the tile itself. So anytime any feature is completed that a gold bar is on, you would take all the gold bars from that tile off. Okay, so if it were a road that was completed, take them off the road. It would not belong to the field. Well, they cannot belong to a field in general. All right, just cloisters, roads, or cities. All right, but say they were in a city, then I completed a city, I take them all off the city. If there are any remaining gold bars on the board at final scoring, you would remove them from the game. And then you would score according to how many you collected. If it's 1 to 3, you get 1 point. If it's 4 to 6, you get 2 points. If it's 7 to 9, you get 3 points. 10 plus, you get 4 points. And that is the Gold Mines expansion. Okay, next we have the Robbers, which comes with 8 of these robber tiles and 1 robber in each color. To play the Robbers, every time you draw one of these tiles that has this, supposed to be a money bag, kind of looks like that, sort of, at a distance, not really. But every time you draw one of them, you place it like normal, abiding by normal tile placements, and then you would take your robber and place it next to an opponent's meeple on the scoreboard. Okay, and then in player order, every other player will take their robber and place it on an opponent's meeple's scoreboard, score with their meeple. Okay, then the next time a player were to score, say yellow player here scoring this castle, they get 4 points. They would move their meeple up the appropriate amount of points, and whoever's robber was with them when they started to move will get half of that point rounded up. All right, so in my case, the green player would get 2 points. 1, 2. And then the person who did the robbing will remove their robber from the game. Okay, in this case, it was the green player. As you saw, I scored points off of the yellow player when they scored, and I moved my meeple up to score. In this case, the yellow player cannot rob me to score, 1 point in this case, half it 2. You cannot rob somebody being robbed. If there are multiple players on the same scoring mark that the robber is on, the person who is robbing the other people can choose which person to rob. Okay, so in this case, the yellow player is robbing the green and the pink person. They both score. The yellow player decides to rob the blue player, and they move up whatever the points is. Yellow gets whatever half of that is rounded up. So in this case, it would be 3. 5 divided by 2 is 2.5, up to 3. All right. Another rule is, if given the opportunity, a robber must rob. They cannot wait till a later time and then rob. Now, if there are multiple robbers on a space that a player is scoring off of, then each of those robbers in player order would take the points halved from that person scoring. So let's say the green player here is scoring, they're getting 6 points. They would get 6 points, and then the pink player here would get 3 points, and the yellow player would also get 3 points. Another rule is the robber cannot steal from yourself. So here, the robber is on the same space as the yellow player. It is the yellow player's robber. If she had scored, she cannot steal points from herself and give her additional points. Now, in the Messengers expansion, if either your messenger or your point scoring meeple lands on a multiple of 5, one of the dark spaces on the board, you would draw a message at this time. Okay, and the final rule for a robber is, if at the end of the game your robber is still out on the board, you would remove it from the board and gain 3 additional points at final scoring. And that is the Robbers expansion. Next we have the Crop Circle expansion. Okay, as we see here, there are 6 tiles in the Crop Circle expansion. They have different symbols on them. Okay, we have roads, farms, and cities. When a player draws these tiles, they will place it normally with the restrictions of placing a tile. And then if they have meeples in their supply, they would place it on one of the features of the tile that they just drew. And then you have to choose one of 2 actions. The first action is to place a meeple on a feature that corresponds with the symbol that already has one of your meeples on it. Or B, you remove a meeple in a corresponding feature from the board and return it to your supply. Okay, if you place a tile and you do not have any meeples in your supply of the indicated type, then you must choose either A or B. Once you do this, starting with your player to the left, everybody will do the same action. So if I were to place a meeple on a feature that I have a meeple on, then I would do that and everybody else would. If I were to remove a meeple, then everybody else would. Now, if other players did not have the matching meeple, then they would do nothing. And that is the Crop Circles expansion. Okay, next we have the messengers. Messengers come with a messenger in every player's color, which will start at the 0 space of the scoreboard, along with your scoring meeple at the beginning of the game. And they also come with these 8 tiles, which you will shuffle up. Now, every time you score during the game, you will have a choice to either score with your normal scoring meeple or the messenger meeple. But the messenger meeple can only score on multiples of 5. What happens is, say we have the yellow player here. We're going to go with the green player. Say we have the green player here. They get 4 points. That would bring them up to 10. Okay, so they could choose to do that. And since they landed on a spot that is a multiple of 5, these dark spaces here, they can draw one of these message tiles. Okay, alternately, say we have the yellow player here. They scored 10. Instead of moving their scoring meeple, they can move their messenger as long as it is a multiple of 5. Okay, and once it lands on the dark space, they would draw one of these messenger tiles. Okay, now this could also happen as a result of you being robbed with the Robbers expansion. Anytime your meeple or messenger lands on a multiple of 5, you would draw one of these tiles. There's 8 tiles, like I said, and basically we could either gain 2 points off them right off the bat, or we could do their special ability. Listed up here is the artwork. These 3 are similar. What we're going to do is go out on our playing area. We're going to find the smallest feature that is depicted on the tile, and we will score that like we would normally during scoring, but instead of removing the meeple, we would leave it on there. Okay, so if it was a cloister, we look to see which incompleted one is there. Whichever one's the smallest is there, we gain 1 point like normal, but leave it on there. Same with the city and roads. These 3 are similar to the other ones. You would get either 2 points indicated here in the bottom right, or you would get 2 points for each shield, farmer, or city that you have. And then instead of removing them like you would during scoring, you would leave them on the board and could score them later on when they're actually completed. Okay, so these 2, this one you either get 2 points or you draw another tile and play it. Okay, and the final one here will allow you to score a feature like you would during final scoring, and then remove your whatever meeple it is and return it to your supply. Now, while you're scoring this, if you have a road with an inn on it or a city with a cathedral in it, they are worth 0 points. The large meeple is only considered to be 1 knight or farmer. And with the builders and traders, when getting a tile from scoring from a builder action, you can draw another tile if you score on one of these black spaces during each draw of the builder phase. Okay, so if you did the builder action that landed on one of these dark spaces, you draw one, then you draw another tile because you used the builder action. It landed on one of these dark spaces, you draw another one. Okay, only you would score those points no matter if you had control of that area, that feature or not. And you can choose not to do this action if you want to. Okay, some additional rules. You can only draw 1 tile even if both of your messenger and meeple would land on a dark spot on the board. You can only do this if your meeple or your messenger are alone in a scoring space. So in this case, I could not draw a message tile because neither one are alone. However, if my messenger were alone and I scored landing on one of the dark spaces, I could draw a tile. Now, with the messenger expansion, if at the end of the game before final scoring, your messenger is out there on a board, you would add the total of your messenger and your scoring meeple together, and then give your scoring meeple that many points. So in this case, 10 plus 15 is 25. We would add 25 points to the scoring meeple, and then remove the messenger from the board. And then continue on with end scoring as usual. But you do not collect the message tokens if you land on the multiples of 5. So that is the Messenger expansion. Alright, so that was all of the expansions. I hope that was clear. But now that we are playing the game with all the expansions added, the sequence of play kind of changes a little bit. If we look on the back, it'll actually give you a sequence showing examples of when to place and score and stuff like that. Alright, so turn sequence goes as normal with all the expansions. The player will take a tile and place it. Okay, once it's placed, then they would place either gold, the major witch, or the robber, depending on if that tile with the corresponding symbol was drawn. Then they would place their own meeple from their supply, either their large meeple or their regular meeple, or the abbot. Or they could pull an abbot if it is a garden tile that they placed. As opposed to placing out a meeple or the abbot on a feature, you could place a builder or a pig if if the rules apply. Or you could place a meeple, either a large one or a small one, on the flying machine symbol if that is applicable. Then, with the ferries expansion, once you placed your meeple on one of the roads on the ferry tile, you would place the initial ferry for that tile in the position you want it, and then the closest two ferries can be adjusted as long as it falls in the rules. You guys meet one road or the other. Alright, so that's phase 1 and 2, placing the tile, and then phase 2 is placing a meeple or equivalent. Step 3 would be scoring. At this point, you would either score 4 points with your scoring meeple or your messenger if it abides by the rules, ending up on one of these shaded spaces in multiples of 5. Okay, after that happens, you will collect anything out on the board that's necessary. Okay, if you have gold pieces out there and you completed this section, you would collect that. If you scored with the messenger or your points and you got a message tile, we get that. Or if you were going to rob somebody, you would do it at that point. You would also resolve any crop circles. Okay, and that's it. Then, like normal play, would move on to the next player. Once the tiles are done, you do a final scoring, and you would abide by the rules for final scoring. Don't forget about the mage and the witch at that point. And that's it. That is how you play Carcassonne. We'll be back for a gameplay, and it's going to be a long one, about an hour and a half probably. I don't know how long you'll see, but the normal game with all this, about an hour and a half, 2 hours. Alright, Battle. We'll be back. One of these days, I'm going to start doing this when it's not raining, and I could think a little more clearer when I'm not in so much pain. But today we are playing Carcassonne Big Box 2021 edition. I think it's number 7. And we are playing everything in the box, which includes the base game and 7 expansions. We are going to start with the river expansion instead of the using the starting tile in the base game. We will leave that in the box, and we will start with the starting tile of the river expansion, and then we will start drawing from that pile before we draw from the pile of the regular tiles. Okay, so place that out somewhere in the middle where everybody can get to it. I'm just trying to line it up for the camera. This is going to be big. I'm just trying to make sure I can get most of it in. Alright, as usual, Jen will be yellow, I will be green. On both of them, actually. I'm just playing with myself, so it's in my head. So we're going to pick a first player. It will be Jen. Alright, so Jen's up. We will draw a tile from the river expansion in this case, because we are using that, and place it. Now we will place it according to the rules of placement, meaning we cannot place it on diagonal. It must touch another tile on at least one side, and it must abide by the rules of the tile it is touching. Okay, so in this case, the river can only connect to the river, but in later tiles, we'll see where we can arrange them so that features could be different features. All right, so Jen placed that. She can claim the tile that she placed, not the starting tile. In this case, we cannot claim the river, but she could claim the field if she wanted becoming the farmer. What's up, Beaks? She's not going to do that, because if you do use a meeple for the farmer, you will lose that meeple until the end of the game. So she's going to hold off for that. Back to me. Over to me. Let's see. Now, we have a case here where I could place the tile this way or this way to connect to this river tile. Alright. Normally you could flip them around if you choose to, but on this case, because it is next to another tile that turns, does a 90-degree turn, you cannot have it turn back in on itself. So the only way we can place this one is this way. We have a little city here in the corner, and I am going to claim that. Over to Jen. Whoops. Jen draws this river tile. Beaker, you and your hair. Okay, so again, same thing. Can't go in on itself, so the only way we can place it is this way. And Jen shall claim the road. Over to me. I'm going to draw this guy here, and I'm going to place it this way. And now, I'm thinking I could claim this field here, because I'm going to be building off this, obviously. I claimed it. I'm going to try and complete it. You know, so I know there's going to be at least one city up there completed, and I could go from there. This river, in case of farms, is a boundary. So as long as I build out this way and up this way, and as long as this road isn't completed and you're blocking me off, I could actually go this way too. I could gain points on the cities, and I think that's what I'm going to do. I think I'm going to leave it there. Over to Jen. Okay, Jen draws this straight bend in the river, and she's not going to claim anything. Back to me. Oh, we got double city. All right, I'm going to claim it up here. Again, I got a farmer up here. I'm going to try and, build cities up here, or I can make a giant metropolis. Get a lot of points. Let's see. Over to Jen, and she gets this bridge with a city. Jen's got an interesting choice here. All right, she could claim this road. She could claim this field here. Okay, now with this tile, there's 4 different fields. This field, this field, this field, and this field. Okay, they're separated by the bridge and the city up top. All right, later on, if it connects down here, loops around somewhere, it'll be one field. But as of now, they are 4 separate fields. All right, she could claim this field, and then later on, if it hooks up here, she could go in on my points. Again, she wants to save her meeple, so she's going to claim the city up here, hoping to sabotage me later and join the two. All right, either get points with me or take them from me. Over to me. All right, we got a bend here. So, I have a choice now because this has this symbol here, the guarded symbol. I could place the bishop there, at which point it would act like a cloister. After all of them, after this tile surrounded it on all sides, you will gain 9 points. At the end of the game, you would not gain any, or you would gain 1 point for each tile that is laid down around it. And if later on I drew another tile with that garden on it, I could choose to remove the cloister or the bishop from the garden. I think, you know what, I think I am going to place them there. And I'm going to shift this a little bit. I'm running out of the frame. Over to Jen. Actually, this scoreboard might be getting shoved over too. Alright. Jen grabbed this cloister and she's going to go here. And she shall claim the cloister. Back to me. Okay. So we got this road with a bridge. Let me see, I got 5 regular meeples that I can use. 4 regular ones, one with the big guy, which only counts as 2 instead of 1 in a majority thing. Yeah, you know what, I'll claim a road, because I could get that back. I could complete that. It's not like the farmer where I'm going to lose him the rest of the game. Alright, final tile for the river, which is the lake, and Jen will draw it. The lake has a cloister on it, and she shall claim it. Boop. Okay, so it's my turn, and now we go back into the normal land tiles, which has every other expansion in the box in it. Okay, so my turn. Let's see. We got the crop circle expansion, first guy up. Now, what this does is this symbol corresponds to the farmers. On my turn, I place it like normal, and then I would claim a feature on it like normal. Okay, as long as I had a meeple in my reserve to do it. And then I would choose to do the action corresponding to the symbol. But let me place it first. I will claim this city down here. You know what? I'm not going to do that. That's only helping Jen. I'm going to come over here and I'm going to put it here just so Jennifer does not grab my city there. All right, so I scored that. I removed that. I gained 2 points for each section. It's a total of 4. Okay, before I score, I would place a meeple if it were applicable. Actually, you know what I will? I will place it on this road over here. Okay, now, as we can see here, we have the farm symbol on it. As the active player, the player who placed it, I have one of 2 options here. I can remove a meeple from an area that the symbol corresponds to. In this case, it's the farm, so I could only remove this meeple from the farm and place it back into my reserve. If it were the symbol for the roads, I'd do that for the roads. If it were the symbol for the cities, I would do it for the cities. Okay, as long as I have a meeple in the place that is applicable, I can remove it and place it back into my supply. Okay, the second option I have is if I have an area, something that this symbol applies to. In this case, it's the fields, but if we're a city or roads, it'd be the same thing. If I have one of them that I have a meeple in that I have claimed, I can choose to take a meeple from my supply if I have them in my supply and double up on it. Okay, place an additional meeple there. Okay, you must have them in your supply to be able to do this. All right, and then every other player will have to do the same thing in turn order. All right, so that was me. I placed it. I claimed the road here. I don't know why, but I did. Actually, you know what? I'm going to change it. I'm going to put it over here. I played it over there to jam Jen up. Oh, no, you know what? It's a quick 2 points. I'll leave it there. All right, and then I can choose to either remove this farmer and put it back in my supply, or place another meeple there. And it could be either my regular one or the large one. I am going to choose to, it's too early in the game to replace. I'm going to remove them. Jen would have to do the same now that I chose to do that. If she could, she doesn't have anything out there. If I did not have anything out there that corresponds to the symbol, then I could not do the action either. Okay, instead of taking or removing, I just couldn't do it. All right, back to Jen. Oh, we got the flying machines. All right, so here's how the flying machines work. You want to orient it and place it legally, but you want to pay attention to which direction this flying machine with the arrow is pointing when you place it. Okay, we're going to go here. Now, it's Jen's turn. She has 2 options here. She could place it legally on the road or on the field. Actually, she cannot place it on the road because she already has it next tile. Okay, but if she didn't claim another part of the road, she could do either or she could choose to place it here on the flying machine, which will allow her to roll this die and move a number of spaces according to what the die roll is. And what she's going to try and do is bump up here and muscle in on my city there. All right, so she needs a 2. And let's see what she gets. She gets a 1. So We follow the direction that it goes in, and she bumps up one space to an incompleted whatever other than a field. Okay, so she would have to go on the road, even if it's hers, so at least she'll have majority. Alright, so that's the flying machine. Back to me. Okay, we got this end of the road one. Put here and have a terminal to my road. Could put it here, but that's only helping Jen. I don't do it. I got room for one more tile before I cut that off on the side. You know what I'm going to do? I'm going to place it like this here, and then take my meeple, and I'm going to claim either this one or this one. You know what? That's still helping Jen. Why am I going to do that? I don't want to do that. Alright, I'm going to place this guy here, and I'll claim, oh, she's got two there. If I want the muscle on there, I'd spend at least 2 meeples. You know, I could place my big guy and then later on try and get it up here. It's a lot of meeples for one road. So I will claim, you know what, I'll go with this one down here. Okay, Jen's turn. Alright, Jen's gonna play it here. Okay, now she would she could claim either here or here. She can't claim here because it's attached to something that's claimed by somebody else. Same with there. She'll go here, claim this. She now scores this, so she gets 4 points. Put that back on her supply. And being that I am on this tile here, it is connected here by this road. It finishes that road. This symbol ends the road here. Does not go straight through like it would in some of the cloisters and stuff like that. Alright, so I get 2 points. My turn. Oh, we got cloister. We're going to put said cloister. Where will help me? You know what? I'm going to put it here. And I will claim it. Jen's turn. Alright, we got this castle thingy here. She could put it here. You know, I think that's what she's going to do. Now, this has a symbol for the traders, and you'll see how that works later on, but we'll basically get some extra points at the end if we had the majority of them. Back to me. Straight road. Like I said, I could do this. I'm gonna go up here though, I think. Yeah, I'm gonna try and finish off my cloister. Thinking about going back to this farm. See if I put it down here, I'd catch all this coming down here. But it would get cut off up here, so I won't do that. I'll claim the farm. Jen's turn. Alright, here we go. Jen. See, she could do this or this. She's going to run into a road faster there than here, so she will put it this way. Now, she has an option of either placing a meeple on the field and hope for the best, or she could place a builder on there. And I think what she's going to do is place the builder on there. Now, on her next turn, she could draw an additional tile and place it anywhere she wants, even on the structure she's working on now. Could also do this for roads. But if we were to place an additional tile on the builder after doing that, we could not take an additional turn. Only a one-shot deal. All right, back to me. This is a problem for me. Alright, so the only legal move I have is to place it here. Okay, this is the only way. Over here I'd hit the road and all that. If there were no legal ways to place it, you would discard it from the game. Okay, but I'm going to have to help Jen out on this one, and I helped her out a good bit, possibly. Most likely this early in the game. Alright, over to Jen. She draws the thief. The robber robber tile. Okay, we're going to place this and then we'll get back to how it works. Yeah, she's going to come over here and work on her road. She's going to claim it. Get 2 points real quick. 1, 2. Being that she drew the robber tile, she could place the robber if she chooses to, which she's going to. And how this works is she will place it up here on a tile, on a score spot with another player. In this case, it happens to be me and her on the same tile, but we'll place it there. And then the next player in turn order will do the same. Again, we're both on the same score spot, so we'll just be on the same spot. This can happen, but normally, it'll be something like this. Maybe, yeah. And then the next time this player scores, they will get the full amount of points. The robber will take half of that, rounded up, and give it to, in this case, Jen. All right, so that was Jen's turn. It's my turn. We have this cloister, which we are going to put here. Okay, now this is the gold mine expansion. What this means is we draw 2 gold tokens here, gold bar tokens, and we place one on the tile that was drawn, and then we can choose to put one on any adjacent tile from that. I'm naturally going to put it on one that I'm building here, and then when a feature on that tile with gold bars is completed, you can collect the gold bars, and these can accumulate. Okay, over to Jen. Let's see. We have this end of the road. So she could come here and finish this up and get 2 meeples back. She is running a little low on meeples, and I think that's what she's going to do. Okay. Let's not go out of turn order. This is important because you must have one in your supply to place it. You can't score and then place one. I have them, but just to keep it safe for the rules. All right, so Jen she'll go down here. She's helping me. She might as well get some points for it. Okay, so she scores 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Jen scores 4 points. So, being that I have a robber on there next to Jen, I will get half of that rounded up, which is 2 points. 1, 2. I got my robber. We go back here. As you can see, Jen scored. I robbed her. I got half of what she got. I moved up 2 points, half rounded up. Being Jen's robber was on the same spot I started off, and I robbed her. She cannot rob me. Okay, but what will happen is her robber will move up to the where the scoring meeple is, and next time it moves, she will score if it wasn't robbed, forcing it to move. Okay, so that was Jen. Back to me. Okay, so we got another one. We got the farmer one. And it's not going to help much because neither one of us has a farmer out there. But I could work on this guy here. And then hope for the best there. No. Let's see here. I could place it like this. Shortchange Jen on some points. Yeah, I think I will do that actually. So, let me place my meeple first. Now, I don't have any farmers out, but what I could do is place it on the tile and then place it again on the tile. And hopefully, since I'm up here, try and loop the field in. That leaves me with the one big meeple left. Yeah, that's what I'm going to do. All right, so I drew this. I'm going to place it. I'm going to claim the field. Now, I choose for this to, the only thing I can choose is to place another meeple where I have a meeple corresponding to that symbol, which in this case is the fields. I will do that. Now it goes over to Jen. Jen doesn't have anything out there. She can't do it, but she did score this, so she'll get 2 points. 1, 2. Over to Jen. Okay. All right, we got this guy. All right, so we're going to place this here. Jen's going to place it here. She's going to claim it, and in this instance, she has to choose which of these 4 starting points she wants to on the ferries tile. That's what this is. She could choose here, get a couple points, come out here. Chances are that ain't going to be too big. All right, so what she's going to do is now place her ferry. We're going to say this way. Okay, now she could place it this way, this way, this way. You know, as long as they connect 2 of the starting points on the road. She's going to place it that way. If there were other ferries out, she could then adjust the closest 2 to that. Over to me. Got the road with the flying machines. I'm going to come over here. Try and finish my closer. You know what? I'm going to go this way. Can't go that way. I'm going to go this way. Okay. Now, I could choose clean the road, or I could try my hand at the flying machine. In this case, it wouldn't be worth it because it would have to be an incomplete structure. The only thing I could really do is the road on this side if I land it on 2. You know, this is complete, wouldn't matter. And if I grab the 3, I just get them back. I don't think I'm going to try it. Over to Jen. Jen draws a flying machine tile also. Let me see. She could do that. Hope to get a 1. Boom. No. Nah. She doesn't want to do that. Over to me, I draw this guy here. I could put it over here. Try and, you know, do that. But I'm going to go up here. And I'm going to put my builder on there. Over to Jen. Okay, Jen got this guy here. Let's see. Only way she could place it is here. Which is kind of what she wants to do. It'll help her closer out. I was on the road. She could claim the field if she wanted to. She's not going to, but being that she has the builder on there, she gets to draw again and place. Now, if I were to place it on here, like I think I'm going to do it, because it'll help me closer out, I cannot place it again because it's on the section with the builder. Okay, in that case, I'd have to place it somewhere else or there, but I would not get the chance to draw again. Okay, only one time deal. So like I said, I think I'm going to place it there. Let me double check. She's going to place her bishop here on the garden, and then she finishes this. So we get points. We get 2 points for each section. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. If there were shields on there, we get 2 points for that. If the cathedral is on there, we get 3 points for each section and shield instead. But since she is the person that completed this tile, this city rather, she gains one of these wine tokens as well as the points. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. Over to me. I got another long jobby job. You know, I'll put it here. Might as well. You get another turn. I'm not going to claim anything. Although, if I want to, I could. This is technically a field. I could drop a farmer in there, right? And, oh no, it'll be one. Never mind. Although, technically, if I wanted to, this is considered a field. I could drop a farmer in there. And then when this is finished, I get 3 points. Yeah, but it's kind of a waste for only 3 points. Alright, draw this guy here. Where's my cloister? I'm going to get back to that. I'm going to place this cloister here. Or this next to the cloister here. Claim a road or not? No. But what I am going to do is this field is now connected to this field for a farm. I'm going to place my piggy there. And that'll give me 4 points for every completed city instead of 3. Over to Jen. She's got a cloister with a road ending. Oh, it's a shame. She needs one more road here. Perfect. She would have scored right away. So what she could do is this. I think that's what she's going to do. She is going to claim the cloister. Now, being that I added on to this furry here, I could choose to move it if I want to, but I don't think she will, because this will allow her to score. If she moved it, it would break the road, making it incomplete. She won't be able to score. So she's going to leave it as it is, and then she will gain 1, 2, 3 points. This furry is now linking one road together instead of it being the 4 separate roads like it was when we originally placed it. All right, so 4 points. Or 3 points. 1, 2, 3 points. Okay, now I am here, which completes this road here. So I will gain 2 points. Jen's robber is next to me, so he will get half of that rounded up. So 1 point. Alright, so I get 2. Jen gets 1, and then she collects our robber. Okay, now I landed on this 10 section here, which is colored in. So that means I could draw one of these messenger tiles and do it accordingly. All right, so we get 2 points for every farmer. I have 2 farmers here. I would get 4 points. 14. I leave the meeples on there as to taking them off and scoring them like you normally would at the end of the game. And then I discard the tile. Okay, now if I landed on another one of these, another multiple 5 scoring that, I could not draw another messenger tile for the scoring meeple that I just used. However, I could use it if I chose to move the messenger in a spot and it corresponded with that. Alright, that was Jen's turn. I scored off her. Over to me. Look at this guy here, straight road. I want to do this and help my cloister out a bit. Also has the potential of cutting off my field. I don't think I want to do that. I think I'm going to go up here and help my guy over here out. Back to Jen. Whoops. Yeah, she's going to put it up here like so for now. And she will place her builder out. Back to me. Okay, we got this guy here. Let's see. What do we got? Go this way. You know, I could do that. Just try and connect it later on. That looks good. All right, over to Jen. Over to me, because I have the builder on there. So, we got another tile. And I can put it right here. That's what I'm going to do. Help my cloister out. Score. Placing it here, that gives me 4 points. And then it goes back to Jen. Oh, okay, she got the road with the bridge guy here. There's not many places you can put it. You can put it here. Over on one of these guys here. You slide it over a little bit. Alright, that's what she's going. No, it's not done. She could put it up here. But I'm already claimed there. She could go the other way with it, though. She'll go over here, and she will claim this road here. Okay, now it has a bridge. It'll continue on to the next tile. And I might have to ship the whole game again. All right, over to me. Draw this guy here. Another canal. Or a ferry, rather. I'm going to put it over here. Let me shift this a little bit. All right. I'm going to put it over here. And that's going to be the border of the game. All right. It's my turn. I could come up here. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to use my double meeple here. My big guy. And place it going this way. All right. Hopefully I'll come in and grab something off here. All right, over to Jen. Okay, so she's got the robber tile again. Let's see, where does she want to place it? Put it over here. Finish this guy up on this side. Will help her else anyway. You know what? She's gonna put it down here. Okay, and she will claim the city part of it. She could remove her bishop if she chose to. She's not going to because of the garden symbol. Now she will move the robber. Okay, she places hers next to my symbol. It goes to me. I place mine next to her meeple. Back to me. I got the road. Hit the road, Eric. Don't you come back no more, no more, no more, no more. I'm going to place it here. Now I could place a meeple on this road, or the field. I'm not going to go with the field. I'm debating on the roads. I only have one meeple left, so I'm not going to claim anything. But I do have a choice of now swinging this ferry, which I'm going to do because I connect it to the ferry. I get 6 points, and her robber is going to give her some points. So 18 plus 6, 24. Jen takes her robber back, which gives her, 6? Gives her 3 points. 1, 2, 3. The robber moves with her because I cannot rob the person being robbed. All right, so that was my turn. Now we go to the crop circle thing. I could choose to double up on a road somewhere or remove one from a road somewhere. You know what? I'll double up here on the same tile. All right. Jen has to do the same thing, but she cannot because she doesn't have any meeples on a road. Got the cloisters. Yeah, no road. All right, over to Jennifer. Come down here. And then flip it, trying to continue. Yeah, no, that's what she's going to do. She's going to put it over there. She's going to claim this one here. Moving this canal. And placing this one here. I should have done that before, sorry. Alright, she's going to place it this way. No, you know what? She'll place it this way. Maybe get some quick points that way. Alright, over to me. Alright, so we got the mage and the witch. And I'll show you how that works in a second. Alright, I'm going to place it here. Okay, now before I claim something, I have to choose either to put the mage out or the witch. The mage will give me +1 points to a completed road or city. The witch will reduce that by half when it's completed. And then at the end of the game, it's other stuff. I'm going to choose the mage, obviously. and place him down there. Okay, on the road, then I place my meeple. I'm going to place them here. This scores. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4 points. But because the mage is on that, we'd add 1 additional point per tile. So it's actually 8 points. The mage goes back off to the side of the board. I get my meeples here. 8 points would give me 32 points. Okay. Now, I did place it on the tile. You cannot place both the mage and the witch on the same tile. If they are both out there, you must remove either the mage or the witch from a spot they are and move them to a corresponding tile with another tile with the corresponding symbol on it. Alright, that was me. Over to Jen. Alright, she's got this guy. Oh, she cannot do it. You know what? She's going to come up here, placing it on the builder. She's going to draw another tile. And she could finish this off. But she's going to come here because this will help her with the cloister. Oh, I got to remove that. We already scored it. This is the one she just placed. Alright. I'm going to place the mage, right? Yeah, she's going to do that in her city. I'm going to go get an additional point. Alright. Over to me. Just lost my tiles. Alright, got the crossroads. Ooh. But I could do it, and I think I am going to do it. Okay, I'm going to place them up here. And claim this for 2 points. 1, 2. Okay. Now I get 2 points. 2 points. Alright. Being that this does not connect to the road that the ferry's on, we do not move that one, or, you know, because this ends this road here, and this road goes underneath. Over to Jen. Could finish off her city here, grab a couple points real quick, but she's going to wait, try and get some symbols on that, obviously. I think that's what she's going to do. And she'll claim this city. Over to me. Alright, I think I want to go here. And I shall claim here. And we'll place this guy. We'll go like this. Over to Jen. See if you can place it up here. It's just good to do, I think. Yeah, she's going to place it here. We don't have much left here. Unless you want to claim that road. Put it here. Just put a straight piece in there or something. It'll be quick points somewhere in the future. No, I don't think she will. But we played on the builder. We're going to draw another card. A tile. And I'm going to place that one here. Over to me. I forgot to take them back. And I don't remember if I scored that. I don't think I did. No, because I scored this. Alright, so I don't remember. We're going to leave it like this. If it's a mistake, I'll catch it in editing, I'm sure. Alright, so I am going to place. Could go right here. I think I will. And I will claim this guy here, which allows me to move these. So we'll go this one and this one. Over to Jen. Whoa. Hot tile, hot tile. I could go right here. Jen could go down there. I think she wants to do this. Yeah, she wants to try and close this off. Over to me. Or over to her, rather. She had a builder on there. I had to do another shuffle there with the tiles. Keep it in frame. So Jen placed this one. It is over to me. Grab this guy here. Do I have any cities? Got this guy over here, which will go off a frame. No, we're not going to do that. Okay, what I am going to do, Come down here. No. You know what? I'm going to come over here. And claim the city. Over to Jen. Let's see. Ooh, got a cloister for Jen. Let's see. See if I can't finish this off. Cloister. Well, you know what? Might as well. Jen will claim the cloister. And she could choose to move these if she wants to. And she's going to move this one here. Okay, now me and Jen are both on this road, so we will share the points. This is on the cloister, so that cuts it off, and then if we follow it all the way around, it goes back down here. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points each. So Jen gets 8, which brings her up to 37. And then I will steal half of that, which is 4, which will bring 38. I remove my meeple, but Jen will then move her robber up to accommodate for me stealing off her first. Over to me. Okay. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put right here. And I'm going to place it here. I go on again because the builder. I'm just going to put this here to provide me. I got to finish some stuff first. We got to score. So first thing we're going to do is take these because I completed the city. Okay. And then we get 2 points per city space. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14. And 2 points for each shield. 16, 18 points. 18 points. So now I move 18. Take Jen's robber off. She gets half. So half of that's 9. She gets 46 points. Being that I crossed the 0, we place this 50, 100 marker down, showing we can move. Alright, so that was me. Goes back to Jen. Oh, the gold bricks. At the end of the game, they'll be worth points, depending on how many I have. Okay, so Jen has this jobby here. Is there anything she really wants to muscle in on? She could put it here. Alright. Now she could claim the field or go on this, the flying machine, to try and get over somewhere in this direction, because that's the way I put it. She's not going there because it's not really worth it. If she hit 2, she'd maybe get a road. 3, 1 point city. This is technically completed, I guess. But I think what she will do is claim the field. Over to me. I'm going to draw this road. Let's see. What are we going to do with the road? Alright, we're going to come up here. Place it there. I could place a farm. I'm not going to. Alright. Oh, I skipped Jen's turn. I forgot about with the builder. Alright, so that's why I had that over. Let's see. Actually, I think she's going to put it right here. She doesn't have anything to clean the road, so she can't do that. Then I went, now it's Jen's turn. Sorry about that. I forgot about the builder action. Alright, Jen drew this. She's going to place it here. Again, she could pull this guy out if she wanted to close that, but she's not. Goes back to me. I'm going to place this right here. I'm going to place the builder. I was going to grab 2 quick points, but I think I'll get the builder instead. Back to Jen. Alright, so Jen grabbed the crop circle with the roads. Just going to place it here. Now she's going to place her pig. Let's connect to this guy here. Now it has the road symbol on it. Let's see. She has this road. This is the only road she has. So she could choose to take this guy back is pretty much all she could do because she doesn't have anything to replenish it. But she can't do that. That was on the cloister. Sorry, she can't do anything. Alright. So she'll choose one. Alright, she's going to choose to take one off a road. This is the only one I have, so I must take it off a road. There we go. Over to me. Let's see. Oh, we got this guy. Let's see. What are we going to do? What are we going to do? I got it right here. Here we go. Boom. See, I got 2 meeples. First, we'll do the gold. Place it on this one, and naturally this one. Got 2 meeples. Could clean the road. Boom. You know what? Yeah, I'll do that. I'll leave them on the rope since I connected to this canal. I'm going to swing it out this way. Alright, and being that I have my builder on this, I draw another tile. Get this road here, and see if I put it there, I can get 4 quick points. Here I get 3 quick points. That'd help her out too much. Oh wait, I forgot about it. Alright, I'm gonna put it up here. And I guess we'll go for the road. Okay, but as we can see, I completed a cloister. Take that guy off, get 9 points. Brings me up to 15. Over to Jen. She's going to put it up here. She doesn't have me to place, so she can't place it. Over to me. This guy here. Let's see. Again, I could do this. Yeah. So I got 1 meeple and the robber guy left. I am gonna put it over here. I'm not gonna claim anything. It goes over to Jen. Jen drew the furry tile. One of the last, what, 3, 4 left? We got 4 left after this one. Just gonna put it here, right? She can't claim anything, but she will place a tile, a furry on it, rather, and she will go in this direction. Why would she do that? That would only help me out now. What? She'll put it over here, and she'll place it like this for now. Okay, back to me. She could do this. Or I could do this. Yeah, you know what? I'll do that. So I'm going to claim it, or I'm going to change Jen. Oh, no, I got the double guy up there, right? Yeah, he's a big guy. But if I put it here, I could go again. You know what? I'll do that. I'll put it here. I'll go again. Alright. Got a cloister this time. Let's see. Oh, I can finish it off, can't I? Yes. Okay, so I'm going to place it here. Unfortunately, I give Jen 9 points, but I myself collect 18. Alright, so first thing first though, since it is connected to the road for the ferry, we'll change it, I guess. Alright, so I get 18 points, like I said. $33. Jen gets 9, which brings her to 45. Okay, so Jen's on the spot with a 5, which is, say it, we draw this. He gets to either choose 2 points or draw another tile. She's going to draw another tile. Discard that for now. Here we go. She gets this castle thingy. I'm going to put it here. Yeah, and then it goes back to me. I'll go this way. I don't want to screw myself. Alright, we'll go this way. Alright, does that make sense? He's on the road. It is not finished. Yeah, alright. Back to Jen. Okay, yeah, this guy here. She needs something with a road on it. Alright, we're going to place it here. Over to me. I could end this off here, get some meeples back. I could let it grow a little bit, I think. You know what? I'll come up here. And nah. Yeah. I'll put it there. Okay. Back to Jen. Jen drew this guy here. She needs this somewhere, didn't she? Yes. Here we go. She's going to place it here. And she's going to collect 9 points. Over to me. Alright, here we go. Let's see. This could hurt me. That road up there. No, I'm going to go this way. Okay. Sets it the builder. Draw again. See what we got now. We got this guy here. Alright, I'm going to put it over here, but I got to shift the board again. So, over to me. To Jen. Could finish her off. She needs meeples. Oh, wait. This is it. No. Yeah. Yep. Oh. This could be troubling later, though. We got this split. Alright, we'll see. Alright, but she is going to claim this road here, which will give her 2 points. Okay, back to Jen, because she built with the builder. Unfortunately, you can't put that there and finish this off, but I think Jen will go in here. Yeah, so just grab 2 quick points. Alright, so 19. Back to me. I can't do it. Captain can't do it. See my room in the frame for... we're not going to put it there then. I'm not playing optimally, obviously. Ooh, what I could do is, and what she's going to do, I'm going to connect it in here and hoodwink her. Alright, so... Me and Jen both have 1 meeple each. They're both a small one, so they count as 1. We score. We will split the points here, so I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22, 24, 26 points. And being that I am the one that completed this, I will get 1 of each of these symbols. So I get 3 wheat tokens. Okay. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 26 points for both of us. So let me see, 59, which pulls me over 100. And Jen gets 28, which would bring her 39, 30. Sorry, this wraparound thing confuses me with the score. All right, and it goes to Jennifer. All right, and she pulled this guy here, the crop circle thing. You know what? She's going to add it down here. Okay, now she could place if she wanted to on this guy here, which she might. You know what? She's going to. Now we score because it completes the city, and we have the wizard on there, so we get an additional point. So we get 3, 6, 9, 12, 15, 18, 21 points. And if there were shields on there, we get 3 additional points for each shield. Remove this guy from the game. He scored 21 points. Goes to Jen. 1 and now we take care of the tile, which was a farmer, a city rather. So, let's see, I could choose to place in a city here if I want to, or I could take it out of the city. And I think that's what I'm going to do. Just going to take this one out of the city, forcing me as the green player to take one out of one of the cities too. And I gotta choose. It's definitely not going to be this one. I'm going to say this one. That sucked. Over to me. You know what? I'll put them up here. I will claim it. And then I will place my robber next to Jennifer, and she will place hers next to me. Back to Jen. All right. Got this guy here. Let's see. Oh, can she? Yes, she can. She's going to come in here and claim the city I just was forced out of. And being she connected to a road, she could choose to swivel this around. This is not placed right. I thought it was a 3 tile. Alright, I'm going to fix that. I don't remember how it got placed that way, but whatever. We're going to say it's like this and move on with life. Alright. She could choose to move one of these if she wants to. Fine, we'll do that. Over to me. I will place it here. And then, my last meeple. Oh, no, you know what? I'm going to place it here and score some points and get my meeple back. So I get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4. Jen's robber was with me, so she gets 2 points. 1, 2, and mine moves up with her. Over to Jen. Let me take this one there. Alright, so she puts it here. Alright. She goes boom. Boom. It'll break it up. Alright. I'll break that up. Now, I thought I could score some points there real quick. She's got to come up here. And claim the road with a small one. Over to me. It doesn't fit that way. Would be nice if it did. Oh, we got this guy here. Could finish him up. Don't think I want to eat quite yet. Look like to get a couple more in this field here. But that would break the field up if I could place it that way. It would break this up. I don't want to really do that. See, I should get turning point. I'm babbling. Alright, you know what? I could put it. I can't put it there. I can't do it. Alright, I am going to put him. Could finish this guy off or put it over here. You know what? I'll just grab a couple points. Alright, so 6 points over to Jen. Oh, she's got the cathedral. Oh, this ain't good. Oh, wait. This is pretty much the only place she could place it. Yeah, this is the only place she could place it, other than here. But she won't want to do that. This will give her extra points. Goes over to me. No, you know what? She's going to put her builder on there. Back to me. Alright, I'm going to do this. So I'm going to place this guy here. It is gold on there, so one here, one here. And I could move this if I wanted to. It doesn't make sense. I'm not going to score. Could do that or that. Yeah, it don't make sense. Back to Jen. Oh, yeah, there we go. Jen's going to put this guy here and finish this off for a quick 8 points. She moves up to 28. Being my robber was with her, I get half of that, which is 4, 23. And I get my robber back. Back to me. I am going to continue with my road down here. Now, I'll put it up here and then swap this guy around. There we go. Back to Jen. Alright, here we go. I'm going to put it down here. Is it in there? I think it is. Nope, it's not. Okay, I just realized I did not give Jen her tokens for the wheat when she completed this city. I did that now. Since Jen added onto a city with a builder, she will draw and go again. And let's see what she can do here. Unfortunately, she can't go up here try and finish this guy off. She got any other cities around? No? She could start one over here. I just saw her cloister is finished. I'll give her points for that in a second. Let me see. Can we play with these canals? I like these furries rather. No. She could come down here. She doesn't want to do that. You know what? She was going to come down here. Add on to the building again. It has a builder, but she cannot do again. She cannot draw again. She already drew off the builder once. We'll give this guy some points. 37. Over to me. We are going to put it here. Okay, I'll put it down here. Could put it down here. Nah. Oh no, you know what? I'm gonna put it up here. I am going to claim, it doesn't matter which one. I'm going to claim this one, say, which allows me to shift these two because they are the closest to it, and I connect it to that road. And I will score. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. I'm not sure if the score's right. I think I might be ahead by 50. Not 100%. We're going to deal with it, okay? Over to Jennifer. Here we go. Alright, we got this guy with the robber. She's going to... Oh, wait, that's the pig. That's just the field. That doesn't help me. There. Although she could claim it. Let's see. Yeah, that's what she'll do. Alright, she gotta put this one out. Here. She's gonna clean the road. And swing this around, finish it off, give herself 4 points. 41, which and since she pulled this, she can bring out the robber, which I just dropped, and place it on the scoreboard. And then I would do the same. So that was Jen. It's over to me. Here we go. Where are we going to go? Could finish this guy off. I got a lot of tiles left, though. I want to build it a little bit more if I can. Oh, I can't put it there, though. It's the 3-1. I go here, get some quick points, which I'm going to do because that's now out of frame. Up here, the last tile you see is this. Okay, so I'm going to put it up here. I can't zoom out anymore. I'm going to claim 2 points real quick. Boom. It's another one of those. Oh, no, it's not. 2 points. 4 points. 2, 4. Jen gets her guy back, and I move Jen because she gets half. 2 points. Robert goes with her because you can't steal from the one being robbed. Where is Jennifer going to put this one with the gold on it? Oh, if I put it there, that's really limiting me. I'm not going to do that. Could go here. Yeah, you know what? I think I'll do that. I'll place it here so we get a gold bar. Here and an adjacent. Place it there. Since it was connected to city with my builder, I will draw again, and we get this guy an end cap. Do I want to finish this guy off? I might as well because that is the bottom of your screen. So I'll complete that. We're going to take our meeples off. Return them. We get all of the gold, including this one, because the gold is not assigned to a specific feature. It's just assigned to the tile. Whichever feature is completed, the player will take the gold off of that tile. Okay. If it were a tie, players would take 1 gold per person each. Okay. Until they run out. And then we score for, we'll take the tile for our symbols here. The good tile, which is a barrel. And then we will score. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 20, 22 points. I get 22 points, which brings me up to 55, or 05. I'm going to add another one. Jen gets half of that. The robber goes up with her. Okay, we're both past 150 points now, I think. Could be 200. I'm not exactly sure. I could handle that scoring thing a little better, but doing a lot here. All right, that is the end of my turn. It goes back to Jen, and she pulls this guy out, and she will place it here. Now, she has a option of pulling her bishop. She's not. She's going to try to finish this guy off. To finish this off, she has to finish this off because she doesn't. She's going to lose. She's not going to gain any points at the end scoring. She could claim the road here if she wanted to, or she could claim the field, and she might do that. See, farmer. Don't worry about that. No, she won't. She'll save it. Alright, so she placed with the builder. She draws another tile. And we finally get one of these end tile. I was looking for them. I don't think we pulled one before. So now, let's see. What's she going to do? Oh, it's the same. It would have been real cool if that went through. Here's what she can do, though. Okay, she's going to place it here. And then she's going to claim this road here. Now this in here will affect either the road going up or down towards me, not going this way, okay, not the side with this little tree artwork here. What I'm hoping to do is connect it, and even though we'll share it, actually no, we won't. Just going to put the double meeple on there to try and get in control of this, and then each road will be worth 2 points instead of 1. But if it's not completed, it's worth nothing at the end of this, at the end of scoring. So we'll have to see. Okay, I'm up. Oh, there we go. I'll go right here with it. And then I'm going to claim this one here. Over to Jen. Okay, so this is part of the crop circle expansion. I believe this is the last one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Number 6, yes. Alright, and it is a city. So, see, Jen will put it here. And then we would resolve it like normal. I think she'll place it here. And then she will choose either to take a meeple off a city or place a meeple from her supply onto another city that has a meeple on it already. And this kind of screws her up. Alright, so what she'll do is she'll take one off there, forcing me to do the same thing. And I will choose, let's see, 2, 4. What do I want? More points or goods? I believe I'll have an easier time finishing that one up there. I'll take this one. Jen goes again because of the builder. Oh, she gets the road. Ooh, she's going to place it right here. This abbot is very stubborn. He's not leaving that. He's determined to finish this garden. Back to me. Now I could do this. And you know what? I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to claim this because this is 2 separate buildings so far. They could connect. Alright. That was me. Over to Jen. Alright, Jen, I'll place it here. Okay, and instead of placing the farmer, which she couldn't do legally anyway, she's going to place it on the flying machine here. Alright, we're going to roll a die. She's going to try and get over here. Okay, 3, 2, 1, 2, 3. She does it. She's going to claim the road because she can't claim the fields in this case. Alright, back to me. Alright, we got a Turnia Road. Where are we going to put said Turnia Road? Could come down here. I think that's what I'm going to do. I see Jen's plans. I'm going to try and thwart it off. Back to Jen. Alright, she's got this guy here. Ooh, where's she going to put it? Alright, she's going to go right here with it. Placing a gold on this tile here and this tile here. She's got 2 meeples left. She's gonna hold off. Can't really score too much to get meeples back. All right, she's gonna hold off. I was gonna claim this one. This is one of them bridge tiles, so I could claim this road. I couldn't claim this road because I already have claimed it. So that's what she's gonna do. Over to me. Alright, we got this guy here. Oh, this will help us up here. No, it won't. I am going to place it here. What do I got left here? Yeah, I shall claim this again. Over to Jen. She's going to place it here, connected to this road. She got one more meeple. You know what? She got 2 meeples left. We're going to try this. She's going to try the machine again. Hopefully she doesn't get a 3. And she can get up there. She gets a 2. So 1, 2. She's going to butt in there. Okay. Now normally you can't have 2 of the same color in the same tile, let alone the same unfinished feature, unless it, it comes around somehow and connects. But with this rule, we can bypass that rule. All right, so that was Jen. Goes back to me. Oh, and we got the cathedral very late in the game too. Not extremely late though. I think I'm gonna. There's only a couple tiles that'll fit here. It would either be. There's one that ends and has 2 roads on it at a point. Sort of like one of them old fort, kind of. The Pentagon straight forts. Octagon, Pentagon, I forget. Could go up here, but it'll be out of camera, and it'll take a lot to complete that. Actually, alright, so it's going to be here. Okay. Now, I am going to put my builder on here because these are 2 separate buildings right now. Alright, over to Jen. Okay, here's what Jen has. And, does she want to claim it? Yeah, she's going to claim this one. Hopefully loop around. Alright, back to me. We got this guy here. I could just do this. It prevents her from doing that. I completed, I get that. Can't put it there. I could keep these 2 separate. Let me think about this. Right now we are tied. If I were to close this off, she would get all the points. I don't want to do that because she would get an extra point because of that cathedral. So no, I don't want to do that. I will not put it there because of that road. Okay, that's not going to happen. So we're going to close this off and share the points. But being that I closed it off, I will get one of these linen tiles. Alright. So we both get 2, 4, 6, 8 points. But Jen still has the robber next to her. Let me move this guy up. Jen still has a robber off of her, so she will move the 8 points, bring her up to 12. I will get an additional 4 points, bring me up to 17, and the robber goes back to me pile. Over to Jennifer. It's Jennifer's turn. Let's see what she want to do with this guy. The road. She wants to. Could do that. Kind of limits what I could put there. We're going to hold off on that. Just going to go up here with it. Back to me. Up here. Oh yes. I'm going to place it here. Okay. And then this completes that row. So Jen gets 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 points. And her meeple back. 5 points. Now, what she could do is use her messenger, which she's going to do because it's a multiple of 5. She's going to place that there and draw a message tile instead of collecting the 5 points. Let me see here. We get, okay, this guy. So this is, Jen chooses the smallest incomplete city, and she will gain points for it like she would at final scoring. So the smallest one that she has something in is this one, I believe. Yes, it's only 1 point. This doesn't matter for majority or anything. It just, as long as she has a meeple in the city, whether she has a majority or not, this will take effect. That is the smallest city, so she'll get 1 point. If there was a shield on it, she'd also get the point. There is not. So that didn't work out as well as I thought. Over. Or, you know what? She doesn't have to do that. She could just take the 2 points. That's what she's going to do. It'll work out a little better. All right. Brings up to 14. Back to me. Okay, I'm going to place it up here to finish it. Oh, we can't. We could do it this way. No. Alright. What I'm going to do is come down here and place it this way and claim here. Back to Jen. See, she wants to finish this also. We're going to turn it this way. She could claim a field if she wants. Not quite late enough in the game to do that. Maybe later. Alright. Back to me. Alright, this is the guy I was looking for something. What was it? Oh, it was right. Oh no, I need a second road. I've only got one. Okay, what I am going to do is place it up here, slightly off camera. You can't see it, but it connects these two roads. And what I'm going to do is get some points for it. 2 points. Back to Jen. You know what? She'll put it here, so she could put it into the one. Remember, it's a bridge, so she could get some coins, some gold here. Over to me. Oh, you know what? I'll go here and just claim this guy here. Alright, over to Jen. She gets one of these guys, and you know what she's going to do? She's going to place it here. Alright, yep, she can do that. And she will claim this section here, put this guy down, facing this way. There's only 2 more of these left. We could tell because there's only 2 more fairies left. So that's the end of Jen's turn. Goes over to me. Terminate her plans, trying to loop up around. I know what she's trying to do. That is what I'm going to do. Okay. I don't want to claim anything. So, being I laid this tile, it connects to the fairy tile. I have control of it. I can move the closest 2 that connects to it. But I'm not. I'm going to come around here and score this road. So, we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 points plus the gold. 11 points brings us up to 30. And I am going to draw one of these guys because I want a multiple 10. So here we go. Okay, so this one means I could choose any feature on there that's incomplete, and I can remove a meeple there, scoring points for it as I would normally, and then I have to remove my meeple, even if I don't have control of the meeple. Normally I would of the feature, and I would score it. Cities and roads, or cloisters if they were there, but none of them are halfway incompleted or anything with my control. So, oh, this is a predicament. I don't want to do that. I don't want to do here. I don't want to do here because of the point. I'm going to choose to get the 2 points. I'm going to discard that one. Over to Jen. She is going to place this up here, connecting the road. She's only got 1 meeple left. She's not going to claim the city. She can't claim the road there. All right, over to me. Could do this. That's what I'm going to do. Okay. So, Jen scores the cloister, which is now completed, and the bishop. So that's 18 points. Gets these guys back. I forgot to flip this when Jen went around. Now there's a builder on it, so if I wanted to, I could not claim that anyway. Now I could claim this field, but there's a builder on it. I'm going to draw a tile. Let's see, you know what? I'm going to put it up here, and I'll claim it. Alright, back to Jen. Alright, Jen will place it down here, and she will claim this guy here. Back to me. Yes, I can. I'm going to place it. I can't. Ever amaze you how when you want to see something, you don't notice something else there? Yeah, like I went to put it here, finish this off, but there's not a road here. In my mind, there wasn't a road there. I could have placed it. See, I could put it here. That'll be risky. Oh, you know what? I'm going to put it down here. And then go again, because the builder, I got basically the same thing. It would be nice if I could put it down here. I can't. Yeah, I'll put it up here. Please, this guy. This is the only guy I got left. I will save him. Okay, back to me. Over to Jen. You know what? I'll put it here. Okay, so that one gets a gold. This one gets a gold. And I will claim the cloister. Over to me. Another cloister. Oh. Can we put this somewhere to get some quick points? No, let's try up here though. Alright, I will put my bishop there. Because again, I only have one meeple left. Back to Jen. Another cloister. Wow. 3 cloisters in a row. Jen will place it here. And again, she will use her bishop. I'm going to slide the scoreboard over. Back to me. Okay, here we go. Is this what I need? Yes, it is. Boom. Alright, now. I have this guy here. I'm going to put him there and claim 2 points. If I put the mage there, it'll be 6 points. But I think we're going to go for this guy here. I'm going to place the mage there. I'm going to get 2 points for this one. And we'll draw one of these guys since I'm on a multiple of 5s. So this one here is an incomplete cloister. Same as, regular scoring or 2 points. The smallest cloister. This is that I am a part of. I just did one. So this one here, right? That's the only cloister I got. Yes. So that's what I'll do because it'll give me more than 2 points. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. Discard that. Give me 6 points. Over to Jen. Well, she could just put it here. I think that's what she's going to do. Yep, that's what she's going to do. Not going to claim anything. Back to me. Oh, I'm going to put it right here. Over to Jen. Oh, we got the gold token. I think this is one of the last ones. Cloister. She could do that. She is going to do that. Alright, so she's going to place it here. Put the gold on that and an adjacent tile, which she will put here. She won't place anything on this tile, but she joined this guy here, so she can move the fairy, which she will do, going like that. And now she will collect points and the gold. Alright, so she could have done the cloister, but she doesn't have any meeples or the bishop, so she can't do that. So we got 1.2. I'm sorry, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 points. And she gets meeple back. Goes back to me. Alright. She's going to place this way up top here to cap off this part up here. Or I am, rather. Alright, it's a little off camera. I'll just slide it here. But it does have the mage or the warlock symbol on it. I could claim it like I normally would first. The witch is out, which halves points on a completed structure. And it can be any incompleted structure. It doesn't necessarily have to be yours. There we go. I'll put it on the road. Technically, before placing this one, I should have placed the witch, but I wasn't, going to put it on my own feature. Back to Jen. Where are we going to go? We could go here. I think that's what she's going to do. Boom. That'll complete this road. Now, because we have the in there, it's worth 2 points instead of just 1. So 2, 4, 6 points. She gets her meeple back. And 6 points. Back to me. You know what? I'm going to finish this out. Okay, so I don't have any meeples to claim any feature on it, so I won't. So now what we're going to do is we both score because we are tied in majority. So we get both the builders back and our meeple. And then we add up our score. So we get +1 to each feature because of this. Okay, so we got 3, 6. Okay, let me just count it and then multiply. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Plus his shield would be 14. So it would be 3 points times 14. Okay, but we also have the cathedral in here, which adds an additional point. So, okay, so what we have, I couldn't see to clarify. Since we have 2 cathedrals in there, I'm going to say we get a point for each cathedral, an extra point. Okay, so we have 14 tiles. Okay, just base, including this. To that, we will add another 14 for this, plus another 14 for this, so that's 28. Plus 28 is 56, and then an additional 14 because each tile receives 1 point because of the wizard, and then we remove the wizard. So what I say, 56, 14 and 14 is 28, plus 14 is 56, plus 14 is 60, 70 points. So we each get 70 points. I'm really medicated. I'm having a hard time adding here. Okay, let me see. So it's back to me. Because there was a builder on there, I get the draw again. I do. And could do this. Oh, and because I finished this, get 2 barrels. Okay, now where was I going to say next? Could do that. Up there, do I got anything now? Can't finish that up there. I got a meeple and a builder left. You know what, I'll come right over here. I just grab 4 quick points, okay? And it brings those up to 300 maybe. Could be 350. It brings me up. I passed. Alright, over to Jen, I think. You know what? I think that's what she's going to do. Alright. She puts that out. She must place the warlock first, or the mage. She wants to come over here. She'll claim this guy here. And now, since I'm on it, it's closed. I score, so I get 6 points. And it goes boop back to me. Book to me. Goes about. I'm not Canadian. About. Alright, I'm going to place this guy here. I am going to claim the road. Okay, that completes the castle or city. Jen gets 6 points. And then it also completes this road. This road is connected to an inn, so we get 2 points instead of 1. So 2, 4, 6, 8 points. And our meeple back. 15. I could draw one of these guys. I will. I'm just going to put it here for a second because before I forget, we also get the gold here. Alright, and now let's see what we have here. Okay, so 2 points for each shield. Okay, so 2 points either way. That's what we're going to do. Just grab 2 points, right? Yep, 2 points. Back to Jen. She could do that, which would make it harder for me to connect. Yeah, I wish I could do that. And yeah, you know what? Maybe she will do that. Alright, over to me. I'm going to put it over here and claim the road. Back to Jen. Alright, she got this end cap. Can we use this anywhere? She could do this. Help her cloister out. She could do this. It's kind of risky though, because I would need an end cap that turns. So, you know what? I think this is what she's going to do. She's going to put it down here and help the cloister out. I'm sorry. So she gets 4 points. Over to me. Let's see what I'm going to do. I think what I'm going to do is come up here. Put this here, which will close this off. So I get 2, 4, 6, 8, 10 points. 17, 27. And I am going to place my builder up here. I know it's slightly off, but I'm going to try and finish that up. Alright, back to Jen. She's going to put it here next to the cloister. She's going to clean the road. Yeah, there's an N on it. Maybe she could connect it. Hopefully finish it. Or at the very least connect it and force me out of points out at the end of the game. Because if it's not completed, then you get no points. So on to me. And we have the thief again. I will place it here. I will take a meeple, claim the road here. And then I will place the robber with Jen. This is the Jen. And then she will place her robber with me. Over to Jen. She could do this and hope to get an end piece. And something to figure out here. Try and get the cloister. Maybe get an end piece for there that'll fit. Hopefully. We'll see. Alright. Goes back to me. Okay. I'm going to place this guy up here. This completes this city. Okay. I get a barrel. And 2, 4, 6, 8 points. And I get my builder and all that back. I can draw one of these guys. And here we go. Shortest road gives you 1 point. Or 2 points. I will take 2 points. Over to Jen. She could do this. I think that's what she's going to do. But what will enable her to complete this? That'll be a tricky style. I don't think she wants to do that. But what she will do is come up here and complete this. Now she can't score it because I'm already on it. But she completed the tile so she could get all the resources. So 1, 2, 3. And now I score 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 points. It goes back to me. That's what I'm going to do. I am going to... That makes sense. 1, 3, 6, 9, 12, for a wheat token. Let me think about this. Right now, I'm in a head. There's only one wheat. If she got it, there would be a tie. But it would close her off from joining up here. Still have to worry about over here. Alright, yeah, I guess it won't be worth it. Because that's 10 points. Technically, I'm losing 2. Alright, so Jen scores this, which gives her 10 points. I get the wheat token. And the wizard comes off. The mage wizard, I forget what it is. I'll call many things, as you know, watching this. Alright, back to Jen. Alright, we're almost done. Only a few more tiles. She can't go here, but we had to fill here. Okay. Her robber is not out, so she could place it out, and she will to me. Is this where I wanted it? No. Because I'm not on that, am I? Yes, we can join. And it would make sense to do that anyway. Alright. I'm going to place it there. Joining us both on this long road. But the witch is there, so she'll cut the points in half. It's still worth it. Alright. Jen up. She's going to put it up here. Yeah. Or does she want to turn it this way? You know what? She's going to turn it this way. And she's going to claim the city. Back to me. Alright, we're going to place it over here. Giving myself a point. Claiming this. And we will place it there. Over to Jen. How many people? Yeah, you know what? She'll do that. Alright. Back to me. Cloister. Oh, I'll put them up here next to my other cloister. And then I will claim it. Back to Jen. You know what? She'll put it up here. I'll move the scoreboard out of the way again. And place the builder. Back to me. I'm going to place it up over here. There we go. And I got 2 meeple and the builder left. Yeah, it's getting close to the end of the game, so it'll be worth something. This was her farmer. I don't remember where I grabbed it from, but it was on there somewhere. Alright, back to Jen. Okay, now the builder's there, so she goes again. She's not going to clean the road. We got this guy here. Could get a couple of quick points. Yeah, that's what she'll do. Put it down, grab 2 quick points. I'm sorry, 4 quick points. But the robber was with her, so I also get 2 points. I get 2 points, half of the 4 points. And then keep moving on. I get my rubber back. Back to me. I will go over here. And then place the builder. Back to Jen. This is not helping her. Alright, she's going to come up here. She has the builder on there, so she goes again. She'll go place it this way. Back to me. Okay, we got the last ferry. Oh wow, that'll be a long road. Let's see if I can do this. Alright, I'm going to place it here. I'm not going to claim anything. I'm going to put it there. Back to Jen. Oh, she's going to put it here. Okay. And now, let me double check. Yes, it does. Since she put it here, it connects to the ferry. We could choose to move that if we wanted to. We did not, but it does complete this road starting from here, ending here. She collects the gold. Okay. We have 2 meeples each on the road. So, both of us share points. And let's count this out. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. 23. There are 2 ends on here. So we would add 1 point for each end. So 23 times basically 3 is 66. Then we divide that by 2 because of the witch, which brings us down to 33. She lands here. Now, she can choose to do this. Might as well. 2 points for every incomplete city. Okay, so let's see. She gets 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16. And then her robber was out there. Half of that will equal 8. So over to me. Yep, discard that. Give these a shuffle since we ran out. And then stack them again. I'll do that later. Alright, she's going to place it up here, cap this city off. Up top here, and then since the builder's there, she's going to go again. And she screwed herself by capping that city off. But she could do this, and she will do that. She will connect this. She finished it, so she gets all the resources. So she gets 1 barrel, 2 linen. I get my meeple back. She gets her meeple back. We share the points rather. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12. 8, 38, and 13. Over to me. 5 tiles left. The flying machine. Can we use this somewhere to our advantage? Okay, I'm going to place it here. Is that in the shot? Okay, right above this one here. I'm not going to claim the road. I'm going to try this. Come down here. And sneak in on her up here. Alright, so we roll the dice. 1. It worked. We now share a majority. Okay, over to Jen. She gets this end cap here. She needed this for something. What was it? Oh, here. This is what she's going to do. Place this. This now scores her for her cardinal bishop. Sorry. So that's 22 to me. It also finishes this one. So that's another 9 points. Okay, over to me. Is it 6 and 1/2 dozen? I think. I'm going to place it here. Nah, I'll place it here. Just so I can get some points at the end. Over to Jen. 1 more tile after this. Let's see. We're going to place this guy. What does she need? You know, I shall place it here. Grab 3 points real quick. Alright, over to me. Last tile. And we got a cloister, of course. With the gold, though. I can place it right here. That's what I'm going to do. Place gold on it. And then I claim it. Okay, now that is it. We'll come back and do the final scoring in a second. Okay, so I forgot to do this in the game. Before final scoring, while using the messengers, what we'll do is add the total points of where the messenger landed and where your point meat was landed, add them together. So in this case with the yellow, it would be 5 plus 40, which equals 45. And then you would give the player that many points, removing the messenger. So we got 35. Okay, loop around, came back to 35. Same thing with the green player here. 10 plus 15 is 25. 25 and 15 is 30. 40 rather. And we would remove the messenger, placing it back in our supply. And then continue on to final scoring. Alright, let's get to the final scoring. See where we're at. So far I am in the lead, but that can change. Alright, we don't need this because it was incomplete. We're going to return that back to the supply. Start off with the incompleted roads. So let's see here. Does anybody have one? Cloister. Jen is here. Why is she here? I screwed up somewhere. Did I just not take it off? I think so. Okay. Alright, so nobody has roads. We're going to move on to incompleted cities. So up here, me and Jen both have control of this. We will both score for it. So it's 1 point for the tile and then 1 point for the shield. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 points for the both of us. I have this guy over here. Okay, so we get 1 point, 1, 2, but because we have the mage on there, we will get an additional point for each feature, and if we had the any shields on it, we also get an additional point for that, but we don't, so we get 4 points. 1, 2, 3, 4 points. Alright, change this out. That is all the cities, correct? Yes. Now we go on to the cloisters. Jen doesn't have any. I have 4 of them. So this one here be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points. This one here would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 points also. Our last guy here will be 7 points. $19. We got this guy here, which will be worth 8 points. $27. Alright, that is all. Now, oh wait, I missed one with Jen. She gets 2 points, or 1 point rather. Okay, now we go to the fields. Being that both of us have a pig with us, each completed city in our field is worth 4 points instead of 3. We'll start with Jen. Let's see, this guy here has 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Let me double check that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 buildings around there times 4. Okay, over to me. I have this guy here, which has 2 meeples. I want to make sure I clean that one. Which also has a pig. So this field here. So let me see. We got 1 here. We sneak along here. We come up here. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. All right, let me double check this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I was really off. 10, 11. Okay, so there's 11 times 4 is 44. Will give me plus 100 or plus 50 to show that I lapped Jen. I'll get to that in a minute. Alright, so I think I called everything. I think I played it right, and if I didn't, I think I called it. If I did not, I apologize. It's a big board, and it's a lot filming it all and trying to figure out how to fit it all in. I know I did not play optimally. Alright. But that is it. That is every expansion in the box for the Carcassonne. Oh no, wait. We are not done. I almost forgot. Okay, we're not done. Okay, so here's what the score is so far. I almost forgot the rest of the stuff. Alright, so first we're going to do the gold mines. Okay, we take that. Jen has 2, 4, 5. We look down here, between 4 or 5, you get 2 points. So Jen gets 2 points. I have 3, 5, 7. I have 10. So 10 plus gets 4 points. $21, $25. Okay. Then we have the goods. So let's see. Jen has this, and I have something else, and we'll be back in a second when I organize them and figure them out. Okay, Jen has 4 linen and all that. All right. So we will start with the grain. Jen has 2. I have 4. I get the majority on that. Gives me 10 points. 35 plus 50. With the wine, Jen has 3. I also have 4 wine, as I did with the wheat. I won the majority of that. I get another 10 points. 45 plus 50. Jen won the wine, so she gets 10 points, which brings her up to 26. And I won at, what do we got here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. I won at 5:45 to Jen's 4:76, which was really odd. She usually really beats me bad on this. So that is Carcassonne. Again, sorry about, how it's played. Don't use my strategies and all that. I'll come back with my final thoughts. Alright, so that was Carcassonne, the Big Box 2021. Please, I made some mistakes in there. I hope it was informative, and you don't play like I played. Just follow the rules if you can. This will stay in our collection. Carcassonne is one of Jen's favorite games. We actually had or have the 15th or 10th anniversary edition, which had older artwork, and I'll get into that a little bit later on. I'm going to end with the components instead of beginning with them, and I'm going to end on a negative note. I would suggest buying Carcassonne if you have never played it before. It's a great game. I would not suggest buying this particular version of Carcassonne, the Big Box 2021, if you are brand new to the hobby and never played Carcassonne. Alright, even if you have played Carcassonne, don't remember it too well, I would not recommend what is in this box as it is. Okay, if you want to go online and figure some stuff out, that's fine. You buy it. If not, if you go straight from what's in the box, I would not recommend this. Alright, so the gameplay. Carcassonne is Carcassonne. It's one of the, like I said, Mount Rushmore of games on the Mount Rushmore there of gaming. It's a solid game. Throughout the years, there were many expansions and big box expansions that were added on. And this game includes 11 of those. My favorites are the Inns and Cathedrals and the Builders and Traders. They're the top 2. I probably like Builders and Traders a little bit above Inns and Cathedrals. I like the River expansion, that's up there. I like the Gold Miners expansion, just different way to get points at the end of the game. I like the Ferries expansion, another way, to puzzle stuff out on the board and try and figure out ways with the ferries switching from road to road and stuff like that. do enjoy that. Where are we at? The what else we got there? The Abbot. I like the Abbot. So another way to get more points. That's always nice. The River expansion, I do like that. Don't remember if I said that previously. It's just it's a different way to start the game, and creates a little more restrictions on what you can do. The let me get the rule book here because I can't remember all the expansions. Rivers, Abbot, is Cathedrals. The Messengers, I do enjoy the Messengers, even though in the gameplay I forgot the scoring before the end scoring. It's a variant on how to score or different points, and them tiles. A lot of them, well, all of them will just give you 2 points right off the bat, or you can choose different ways to get points. Whatever's higher, you can choose. They're cool. I like them. It's a little bit of variant on a way to score. The Robbers, I kind of like it. It doesn't hurt anybody. You still score points, just somebody else scores half points. So that's cool. It doesn't hurt anybody. It doesn't, it only helps. Kind of like it. The last 3 expansions, the Flying Machines, the Mage and the Witch, and the Crop Circles, not my favorite. It's just a way to introduce more fuckery to the game, and there's enough of that in the game. This can be a very brutal game, depending on who you're playing, with the majority and control and all that, especially Jen. She's brutal with that. So these only add more of that in. I mean, the Mage and the Witch, the Mage will help you a lot, but the Witch will hurt you. So that is my favorite of my least favorite of the expansions. The Crop Circle expansion, that's okay. It does introduce some, take that to it. It can help you by, either removing a meeple if you need to off of the corresponding symbol, or place additional meeple on a place that has a meeple on it to claim control of it. It's good in that sense. What I don't like about it is everybody has to do the same thing, whether they want to or not. That's, like I said, a little more fuckery in the game that I really don't think it needs it. And the final one, the Flying Machines, the same thing. Now this could help people with majorities, if they get lucky with that, but again, it's take that type thing. I'm gonna crumble your thing. Crumble your city. So that's how I feel about the expansions. Now with these smaller expansions, these minis expansions, I played them in the whole thing. All 11 expansions, and the base game was in this game. With the big game like that, these mini expansions aren't really as effective as they would be with, say, just a base game and 1 or 2 of the big box expansions. A smaller game. When it's all in there, they just don't come out frequently enough to be really effective, I think. At saying, I usually would just play it with Inns and Cathedrals and Builders and Traders and the River. I'd add these on for some variety once in a while. So overall, that's how I feel about the gameplay. Now, they did change a rule with the farmers in the game that I learned. That was always, in the first game. In this rulebook, they suggest leaving it out the first game until you get familiar with the board and then introducing it on the second game. I understand that. That is the most confusing rule for Carcassonne, is that farmers rule and what the boundaries of the farms are, rather. All right, so now we're going to move on to the components. Okay, first we have the box here. It has, spots for all of the expansions and whatnot in the box. I also have a couple expansions here. I have the Sheeps and Hills and the Circus one, so that would fit in there. with the remaining room, I don't know if the other 6 expansions, the big box expansions, would fit in here or not. If not, I think you could put them on top here. You know, it's got this thing that covers that up. Nice spot for your rule books and all that. Okay, I also have, you know, storage for the components of those other expansions. You know, here I got the circus, here's the sheeps. Here are for the maps, the tokens for the map. Alright, so that's cool. The big thing with that is storage. It's a big box. You know, it doesn't fit on a normal bookshelf. I usually store it on top of them. Now, with the tokens, I had the 10th anniversary, which came with these clear acrylic meeples. And I did not really like that because every expansion after that had wooden meeples and they never really matched up. But other than that, if you bought the old version of the base game, the tokens are exactly the same. Not only that, with the 10th anniversary, the 6th player color, the gray color, was only in wood. You could not get it in acrylic. But that was just my copy. Like I said, this would not affect any other copy. Okay, they're basically the same. The rest of the components are exactly the same as the old version used to be, with the exception of the goods tokens and builders and traders. The only difference there is the background is a different shade of yellow instead of gray, I think it was before. And each of these mini expansions used to come in a little box by itself, except for the crop circle. The crop circle was in one tile for each crop circle was in one of those mini expansions, the other 6 mini expansions. It's all the same except for the artwork on the tiles. Like I said, the components, the tokens and all that, exactly the same as the old version, other than them tokens for builders and traders. Now with the tiles, all that changed from previous versions is the artwork. As you can see, this is the newer version. This is the 2010 version, or the 10th anniversary version. I don't remember what year it came out. Let's see. It says 2011, so that was 10th anniversary was in 2011. So the game is now, well, when this was made, it would be 20 years old, because this was made in 2021. All right, so like I said, between the 2 versions, nothing has changed other than the artwork. Alright, so you're saying everything's the same except for the artwork. Bar, why wouldn't you recommend this to new players? Because of the artwork. Alright, not only the artwork, it's mainly this rulebook. Like I said in the beginning, just throw it away. It is so confusing for reasons I'll get to in a minute. And if we look at the artwork, this is the symbol for the expansion for the builders and traders. As you can see, some of them are darker than others. Some of them just blend into artwork. They're not as distinctive as they were in the previous versions. That is one of the qualms with it. And it comes down to basically quality control, I think. Same with the rule book. If you do buy this version of the big box, I would recommend going to the previous version's rulebook, get the PDF file there. It's basically the same game, but they're a lot clearer in the rulebook for the previous version. In this, they have things that aren't even in this box listed in here, and then they have mistakes that should not be there. The only thing that's changed is the artwork on this book and this box, you know. Oh, also the previous version had a plastic insert instead of a cardboard one. Okay, now Carcassonne's been around. This version, when it was printed, would be 20 years. Okay, it's been in America a long time. It's been translated into English a long time. This should not have happened. Carcassonne has become very convoluted, so much so that there is a Wikipedia page, or Carkipedia or something like that, just dedicated to all the rules. All right, every mini expansion they have, and there's dozens and dozens of them. As a rule interacts with another rule, this wiki straightens that out. I thought when they reprinted Carcassonne back in 15 or 16, I can't remember when, they would fix all that in the rule book, and it seems like they did in the previous version for what's in this box. This they did not. Okay. They actually made it worse. Again, like I said, it's quality control. They just don't care what they're shipping out, or, they're charging right now. At the high end is $90. At the low end is $72 for what's in this box, for this particular version I have right now. If you were a first time playing this and you read the river expansion title explanation, let's open it up. Okay, here is the rivers expansion. All right, right here it says 17 tiles with a dark back on them. That is what they're saying the river expansion consists of. There are 12 tiles for the river expansion in this game. Down here it says a double wide source tile. It is not in this game. I have seen it in other Carcassonne games like Carcassonne Amazon. I believe it is in the 20th anniversary or the standard anniversary from before. I don't know. I have not played either one of them. All right, so that's a mistake, and this would confuse the hell out of people, if they just bought this game and never played it with this expansion. Now let's go to the messengers. Okay, if we look here, this says number 1 is for roads. That is a symbol for cities. All right. Then if you go down to number 2, it shows a symbol for roads, and it says it is for cities. Okay, quality control. And there's more instances like that throughout the book. One of my favorite things about the rulebook, and quite frankly the only good thing about the rulebook, is the back, where they give you a breakdown of the timing with all the expansions added. I went on a rant, so I'm trying not to go over this too much again, but people should not be gouged $80, $90, for a game that if they took the rulebook out, would not be able to play it reading this rulebook. Okay? Most people would not sit there and figure it out, or go online and look through all the other PDF files to figure this out. It should not happen. It is 2021. The board game hobby has been going pretty strong for the last 15 years. When this game came out back in 2001, it was a different story. It was a totally new translation from English to German, or German to English rather. All right, this game's been out long enough that should have been solved. People should have proofread this. That's all that this would need. The whole game, all it would need is a proof coming back from the production, so that they say, this is wrong, this is right. Most publishers do this. Did it get missed here? I don't know. Whatever. Like I said, it seems like a money gouge. You're charging people all this money for a game that you're paying minimum attention to the final product. There was no cost in reproducing this. Everything except for the art on the tiles was the same. And actually, the art on the tiles was the same for the previous version. So the only thing that is changed on this box in particular is this rulebook and the cover of the box. That's it. So, like I said, I would not recommend this if you've never played Carcassonne, or if you are not one to go on the internet and try and figure out rules, or you can figure it out yourself and just move on with it. Okay? I would suggest Carcassonne, though. It is a wonderful game. Like I said, it's Jen's favorite game, probably. It's not mine, but I do enjoy playing it quite often. Don't like the fuckery thing too much. Jen likes to do that a lot. Come in on my cities and roads and all. But something you like, check it out. So that's it. Get gaming. Have fun. See you next time. Gippy out!